What's going on, New Gaming Order? Thank you for joining us for segment number 2. Make sure you check out our prior topic where we were talking about crossplay and cross-buy that Microsoft has finally listened to the fans and gave. Some ex-bots who are extremists are not happy about it, but I'm giving you a summary. Make sure you go check out that particular topic on our YouTube, and check out the director's cut. The next topic we're going to be discussing for our WWE fans, right? Unfortunately, Daniel Bryan has had to retire due to multiple concussions, injuries, things of that nature, and we wish him well. It's unfortunate that he didn't get the pushes that he should have earlier in his career, but to the rest of your career, Daniel Bryan, whatever position that WWE offers you, don't go away from the company. At least be some sort of personality or entity there, training the next Daniel Bryan, so to speak, or I don't know. No one's going to command the crowd like he did, I mean, you had Stone Cold, you had The Rock, but Daniel Bryan was special because he is that guy that wasn't supposed to be at the top,
Alex
but
Bryan.
yeah. Yo, that's my bro right there. But in the aftermath of his retirement speech, there was a segment that went down on the WWE network. And as you can see in the stream on Discord, Titus O'Neil was suspended for, I think, basically what went down. Vince McMahon was walking, through the crowd of wrestlers. And it was said that Titus O'Neil playfully, grabbed Vince McMahon's forearm. What the heck?
What the heck is that?
Who is
You're
breathing?
right, NYC?
What? What's going on?
There's a lot of
Heavy into the
background
mic.
noise.
Yo, it sounded like somebody was like rubbing themselves. What?
What the fuck? I'm eating a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Yeah. All right, but
It sounds like you're making love to it.
he's like, yeah, wow,
Jelly? Oh.
peanut butter jelly time. But with that, pretty much Titus O'Neil, I guess playfully, grabbed Vince McMahon's forearm. Now we don't know exactly why that occurred, but Shinwar had some information when I saw him earlier that I'm gonna let him get the floor first. But for something so simple as like a misunderstanding in terms of being touched, Vince McMahon pushed Titus O'Neil and suspended him for 90 days. That would have had him miss WrestleMania. Now, I guess with the internet and Twitter backlash, they reduced it to 60 days. But still, Dave Bautista was on Twitter saying, okay, ask for an apology and ask for your release. You know what I mean? If Vince was in a fucking bad mood that day, don't take it out on your employees or whatever. You know what I mean? That was extremely unprofessional, and it was an overreaction. You know what I mean? If somebody doesn't know that they wronged an individual, doesn't mean you have to, do Jin Satomi Bladia punch somebody. No, hey, look, I didn't like what you did. This is why. But to outright suspend them, and you had the man show up to one of the events, and then you had these folks tell him, oh, go home, just go home. I think that if Titus O'Neil was like a John Cena or a freaking Randy Orton or a Brock Lesnar, you think he would have done that to Brock Lesnar? I think that was a respect factor too. And if Titus O'Neil's not like a champion or anything, but this man is, aside from the major guys that are doing the Soldier T. Coleman anti-bullying, the reading campaigns, the charity, he's like number 1 or 2 on the list. So for the way that Vince responded, I'm actually pissed off at Vince for that. But then again, we don't know what was going on in his head, if he was frustrated or irritable, like I'm irritable today, and y'all saw that earlier. You know what I mean?
Chocolate. We need more angry Alex. This is very entertaining.
Well, but you know what? Here's my thing. I'm a fan of WWE, but fuck you, Vince, for that. That was so unnecessary. So unnecessary. Whatever was up. Yeah, if he wasn't on his meds, he's probably becoming a Seattle fucking old man. But I respect Vince. But this is how I feel about it. Titus O'Neil did not deserve that. for what he did. There's other people like Hulk Hogan and the whole steroid scandal. Vince almost went to jail for Hulk Hogan because he was going to testify against him in the 80s. And look, he still broke bread with the guy or whatever. And then all of a sudden now they're stuck in this, oh, we have to look great in front of, Make-A-Wish and all that. And then Vince, you overdid it. You overdid it. I think Titus O'Neil needs to really stop and look and like, should I work for a guy like this? You know what I mean? I think Vince needs to remove himself from TV again and just let the product work. You know what I mean? But that's just my little rant on it. I wanted to give Shinwar, if you can fill in what I was talking about, because you mentioned it to me in the car earlier, but the Titus O'Neil suspension.
Yeah, so the rumor was that Titus O'Neil was trying to block Vince to allow Stephanie to go in front of him as an honoring a woman. That was the rumor. Like he was trying to say, hey, ladies first. I watched the video and I was very upset about the situation even before I saw the video. So when I saw the video, you see a black hand grab Vince, and like Vince just like pushed him off, and we don't know the details. It didn't air on TV. It was only on the WWE network. So Vince overreacted. If anything, he could have, after the event, after the show was done, could have pulled Titus O'Neil in the back and was like, hey, why'd you touch me like that or whatever. But to suspend this guy initially for 90 days for grabbing you, okay, I get it. You're the boss. You don't want to be touched. I got it. But come on, Vince. It's Black History Month. Come on. Come on, Vince. Come on.
Oh my gosh.
At the end of the day, like Alex said, Titus O'Neil puts in a lot of work. Not in the. I mean, he does good stuff in the ring, but a lot of his work is with the charities, is being something with dealing with children and being fathers. Like this guy's a face of that, and he does a lot of work. And I'm like, Vince, that was a little too much. Now, on the flip side, not for nothing, I had to look at that video again. I had to put myself in Vince's shoes, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think with him shoving Titus O'Neil, that was enough. That should have been it.
Yeah.
That should have been it. If you didn't want to be touched, because obviously Titus O'Neil, maybe he felt he had that rapport with Vince McMahon to do that, but apparently he doesn't because the man just got suspended. Mm-hmm. So, I don't know. Triple H could have got away with it, obviously.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It depends on who you are, or what you know what I mean? Like, I just think he overreacted, man. And to me, right there, it's like I don't respect you. Fuck off me. Who the hell? And you know what? That shows Vince's personality. Like a lot of people say he can be fucked up. Like he's hard to deal with. He's a good guy, but come on.
Surprise after everything he's pulled over the years.
Yeah, okay, but Shinwar, were you done so I can give Playboy?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Playboy.
I'm looking and I agree with David Batista. He should have asked for his release. That's and go on to do bigger and better things. I don't get it. And I'm talking about like movies or something. But still, I don't understand it. Is Titus still part of that group that does all that shucking and jiving and?
Oh no, primetime players not anymore.
From time to time they'll team up though, but he's a singles competitor.
Okay, so I haven't watched the WWE. Yeah, that's what it is. Cooning for dollars. Anyway.
But let me tell you something though. If Vince was so big and bad, here's my thing. If Vince was so big and bad, when Bret Hart knocked him the fuck out after the Montreal Screwjob, why didn't he go after Bret then? You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying.
He was already leaving though. Bret was already leaving.
Still. No. If it's something where now, like, let's remove professionalism, right?
Okay.
If Bret Hart punched this man. He punched him. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Spit in his face and all this other stuff. And Titus O'Neil just, if what you said is true, or he wanted Stephanie to go first, or, trying to be a gentleman or something. We don't know. This is all speculation. But if it was that, Why didn't he do that to Bret Hart when Bret Hart was bodying his ass after the in Montreal? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Bret was a champion. Bret was that guy. Oh yeah, we have to keep it on the keep it on the low. Vince, you fucked up with that. I see him very differently as a result. You know what I mean? And to me, and I'm gonna put it out there, it has nothing to do with race. To me, it was about who Titus O'Neil is on the totem pole. You know what I mean? So you know some. No, I'm just saying like the way that went down, Vince, if he wasn't taking his meds or didn't have his prune juice that day, bro, it is what it
Prune
is.
juice.
Yeah, but you know, Playboy, continue, and then I'll give Nelson the floor.
I'm done. So yeah, I yield my time. I'm done.
All right, and Nelson, what are your thoughts on the Titus O'Neil suspension? Was it overdone? Was it justified?
I will say this much based on the research I've been doing. He's not suspended for 90 days. He's only suspended for 60
No, they
days.
reduced it. They reduced
They
it.
reduced it.
But here's the issue. He has done several incidents while messing around with Vince more than one time. This
Okay.
wasn't like the only time on air that he has done something like roughhousing or just like okay.
Okay.
Let me put it this way.
Okay,
I'm
yeah,
just
put
gonna
it
be
out there
realistic.
so we know because
If you're part of a company that is this is my opinion of it. Wrestling of WWE is a soap opera for men.
yeah.
That's how I see it. And if you're supposed to be acting, despite a man leaving the business, which was Daniel Bryan, and as he was leaving and going off air on the WWE network, you still did something that was unintentionally out of character. You got in trouble not only for that, but fucking up several times previously with actual like personal things.
Mm-hmm.
So for that, I can understand for Vince McMahon justifying for him to get a 60-day or 90-day suspension.
Mm-hmm.
But suspending a man who's actually put so much effort into the business behind the scenes, there's a backlash between that because now when
It just
people
looks
will see
bad.
this news,
Yeah.
when people will see this news, not only will it be a racial issue,
Yeah.
because of course that's the first thing they're gonna see. It's gonna be not only a racial issue, but now it's gonna be like, yo, this guy is a father figure to a lot of boys and girls out there.
Mhm.
He's done a lot of. He's even went out of his way and bought 26 homeless people from
Oh
outside to
yeah,
buy
yeah,
them
yeah,
dinner.
yeah.
Like, who the fuck does that?
Yeah.
It just like this man has so much like credibility off camera
Yeah.
and behind
yeah.
the scenes. But again, when from a business standpoint, from what I hear, he has fucked up several times.
Mhm.
And
But
he
who
went out of
hasn't though?
character.
Who hasn't?
I know,
Look at
I'm gonna
Randy
explain that
Orton.
too.
Like you know
I'm
he.
gonna explain that too.
All right.
He went out of character on camera and he didn't supposed to. That I can understand. With the whole thing with Bret Hart or any other known WWE wrestler, despite of however fucked up it may be, Vince also knows business is business. If he
Yeah.
can still make some type of money off of it, he will. And let's realistically be honest, Titus O'Neil as a wrestler is not business for him right now.
That's what I'm saying.
enough.
That's what
He's
I'm
not big
saying.
enough
There you
to
go.
give a shit.
There you go. There you go. You confirmed what I said early.
You're right. No, you're absolutely right. But I just don't like the fact that if he was able to get that penalty, why not do it to everyone else?
Yeah.
Show an example.
Yeah.
Set that example to a Brock Lesnar, to a Randy Orton, to whoever else.
Brock Lesnar would body his ass. Brock Lesnar don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Well, the thing is, here's the crazy part. Brock even said if he was to leave the company today, it's not going to affect him. He still has his family.
He has his farm. He's doing his
On the
thing.
farm. He still generates revenue
Yeah.
with other businesses. He doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah. Wow. Well, you know what? I want to see him do that to like his favorite folks like Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, The Rock, those folks. You know what I mean? I think that it made me see like how does he respect people? You know what I mean? Okay, Titus O'Neil went on Twitter and said, okay, he apologized, stupid mistake. Okay. Now if he had a history, that's another thing. But keep it off screen. Don't do it like Shinwar said. Not so that people like me can have an opinion on it, or the staff can have an opinion on it.
That's true.
I think that the unprofessionalism came from Vince and how he was just like knee-jerk
but you do
reaction
know-
right there.
They gave Titus O'Neil an unprofessional conduct. That's why they suspended him. That was the reason. So He's walking up the ramp. It wasn't on TV, WWE Network. Maybe because the cameras on the network were still on.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. In Vince's mind, um, hey, don't touch me. But if let's just be real, if it was a John Cena or whatever,
He wouldn't have done that.
I don't think it would have been a problem.
Exactly.
No.
He would not have done that. He'd have been hee ha 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 ha.
No, he would have like he would have been like, hey, John, come on, John, come on,
and then
come on, John.
and then wait,
Let's keep
wait,
it real.
wait, and honestly, real quick, speaking of somebody's touching somebody, when Daniel Bryan was walking up that ramp, and Vince McMahon gave him that hug, and that was a fake hug and a fake smile.
Yeah, well, try to look good for the folks out there, but they never wanted Bryan to be their guy. Never wanted him to be the face. You know what I mean? And even when Ric Flair was retiring, remember how he came out and like, oh yeah, giving them the exaggerated hugs and stuff. And I've never like spoke like against Vince or anything like that. When they came out to see us in Afghanistan, where my soldiers met the Big Show, and the Divas and all that, I love WWE. But sometimes the things that people in WWE do can really like brush you the wrong way. And Vince, that was just unnecessary.
At the end of the day, it's a multi-million-dollar business, so
yeah,
it's not all about hugs and kisses, okay?
Yeah, business is business, like everybody else said. But
but despite the fact of it being like fake of like who he does really care about, Vince even said it, and this has also been reported. This is the reason why he doesn't want figureheads of certain heights no more. I don't know if you read that article, but he mentioned of Rey Mysterio, Daniel Bryan, Kalisto, and other people that's not of height average. They tend to be very injury prone for like the normal wrestlers. That's like 6'3",
like Neville,
6'5",
yeah,
6'6". Well, Neville's an exception due to the fact that he's considered like in regular height requirement, but everyone else below Neville is like it's a teeter-totter type of thing. That's why you don't see that many like upcoming wrestlers coming up so quickly, because they want to make sure they can take the bigger bumps.
Yeah, the durability. Yeah,
not because the dude's stronger than you. No, it's because of the height. Because if you fall at a certain angle, game over. It's the same thing what happened with Seth Rollins. He tried to be crazy. He fucked up his shit.
That's probably gonna change his wrestling style too.
It will. It will make him a little bit more safer. But Vince has always had an ideal figurehead to always run the company. So far, it was John Cena for as long as I can remember, and now slowly but surely it's gonna be Roman Reigns, because this is another thing I found out. We can even go as far back as the first Raw. Anyone who comes out first in the intro and ends last on the intro is your figurehead. Roman Reigns starts it, Roman Reigns ends it. Same thing with John Cena. John Cena had his start, John Cena ended it in the intro. Same thing with the divas. If whoever's the first diva that they show is the top girl. And that's how you split everyone from the rest. And then everyone else just gets thrown in as just like ink splat.
Yeah. But you know what? Shinwar made a good point, and I was thinking about that. Unless we were Vince in that moment, we'll never know why he snapped like that. You know what I mean? So, again, this is just from an outside perspective. And again, if some of the WWE fans of this podcast, agree with Vince or whatever, want to unsub, I can't stop you.
Okay.
Oh, but I can say this.
That's Playboy.
It was, it was just too far. But on your knees, then Takuma, do you want to weigh in on,
Yeah.
All right, Takuma, go first.
Yeah, okay, all right. I read about the whole thing. I did the research on it. I mean, I know the fan base and everybody online throughout racial slur. Well, not racial slur, but with racially biased and everything else. It kind of brings up to a point where it's like, when did people just get a little bit too sensitive about something?
Okay, right? Yeah, exactly.
Like you said, we don't know the whole ordeal behind the scenes. People who watch it got their own opinions. We can't take this to a sensitive level because a black man got suspended by a white man in the company. Okay, we can't just automatically throw that in the whole racial bubble. Okay, like you said, we don't know what happened, but let's take away from that negative and be like, okay, if you did something stupid prior to this, like Shinwar explained, if you repeatedly doing stupid stuff, you get suspended. You just can't say, well, I'm black, he's white. You can't do that. 'Cause we don't know exactly what happened. So let's take away from this whole, oh, he did it because he's black, it's Black History Month. All right, we could joke about it, but let's be real about it. If he did some other outlandish stuff prior to this, then me as a boss, I'm like, okay, you know what? Look, I've been talking to you.
But still, as a leader, Takuma, me, you, and Shinwar are military, right? What if a squad leader, we go in and push our private like that?
Oh, I'm a reprimand my squad leader right then and there. I'm like, first of all, who the hell are you pushing him?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, as a leader, as a supervisor, or a head, imagine a battalion commander come out and push their first sergeant in the eye of everybody in formation.
First sergeant be able to sprinkle his ass.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there would be IG complaints, there would be, like, investigations and all that stuff, you know what I mean? Like...
Now, I worked on both sides of the military, so I seen it happen, and I did the reports on stuff like that. Trust me, the stuff that I read will blow your freaking mind about racial stuff, sexual harassment stuff. And trust me when I tell you, the stuff that I seen, as far as me being a former Marine, trust me, it was like wow. But like I said, like we don't know what happened behind the scenes.
Yeah. Oh, and Playboy also, like, I'm sure he's seen in his time in the service too. Like, imagine a leader to come out and do that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, again, a lot of people who brought this to me wanted me to, like, hey, make it a racial thing. No, this has to do with professional acumen and how like people should and shouldn't act.
We had a white platoon sergeant, and we was going in Camp Pendleton. We was going through the, trenches and everything else and whatnot. He was complaining. He said some outlandish stuff to us. About the third night, we was like, okay, we about had it with this dude. So at night, when he went to sleep.
Well,
so party.
So party.
Oh yeah, we did. Oh yeah, we all whooped this. We all, and then they came the next day when our battalion commander came out, not first sergeant. He talked all. He said, "What happened?" We all said, "Okay." Platoon sergeant, no matter what he is, but I know we all about to get in trouble for it. Platoon sergeant said some outlandish stuff. We all witnesses. Y'all want to do anything about it? So we took matters in our own hands. We all right.
And thanks to the new,
I was. And the son, he couldn't say nothing about it. I was like, tell everybody what you said to us prior to these days.
Yeah.
He couldn't say nothing. I was like, oh, you don't have nothing to say now because you're tap dancing on the dance floor. But when we was out here,
you're on the dance floor.
Yeah, tap on the dance floor. That's the old Marine Corps slogan. Tap on the dance floor. I mean, you on a hot seat, you tapping. So he was like, yeah. So next thing you know, he got replaced.
Well, and I
he should have been.
On your knees. What are your thoughts on how Vince McMahon responded? And when we used to go to Buffalo Wild Wings and watch the pay-per-views and stuff, we know how crazy Vince gets. You know what I mean? But what are your thoughts on how he handled the whole thing? And if you didn't see the video, I had it looping in the background if you wanted to check it out. On your knees.
No, that's all right. Everyone's acting surprised that Vince would do something like this, but you got the whole thing to consider. This is probably based on previous behavior, where he was itching to do something to this guy.
It gave him a reason.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Vince has a massive ego, so he's not going to allow anyone to tell him he's wrong, or he overreacted. So this is pretty par for the course.
Yeah,
what I would expect from this.
And I think,
especially if you had a shitty reputation beforehand.
This is true. This is true.
I'm referring to a wrestler because I haven't really been following wrestling at all. I even had to look up Daniel Bryan to see who the hell he was.
What?
No, but I guess I could look like if I got in shape and didn't go bald and I grew out my beard. But yeah, that's not happening.
Yeah, but you know what?
Hair on your head.
Yeah, I know. Me and Shinwar, we're following that suit. But with
wait, I have to unleash my inner child. Hold on, where the hell? God damn it, my laugh track sucks. I gotta clean this up a bit.
Yeah.
But never mind. All right, I fail. Oh, here it is. That's what I wanted. That's how I feel about my hair.
But
your hair.
But with that, to close the topic out, just in general, whether he had priors before, this is Staff Sergeant Alex U. Mera of the United States Military saying that there's always a better way. There's always a better way. Because when you have somebody blowing wind at you, or think of it like escalation of force or our rules of engagement. If somebody throws a stick at you, you don't take a MK or 47 or get a 203.
50.
Yeah, you don't use that. You know what I mean? You handle it at the ratio. You know what I mean? If somebody comes at you fisticuffs, you don't pull out a gun. Fist to fist. You know what I mean? The appropriate stuff for that. Like now, people are gonna be afraid to touch Vince because they're gonna get fear of suspension.
Please, spear his ass. Take this.
Yeah, I think in
Takuma, you'll be out of a job after that. You'll be out of a job after that.
All I have to say is, if a boss is out to get you, be on your best fucking behavior.
Yeah.
You don't give them any reason to come.
But here's the thing: I don't think he would have touched him like that if he knew he was already in trouble. You know what I mean?
I don't buy that.
No,
Until my other former orders was coming back. Hey, stay off the radar.
He probably didn't expect to react. I'm pretty sure Vince did overact immediately, but yeah, you just got to be in your best behavior.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I'm feeling some kind of way with how Vince acts. You know what I mean? And many of you know I am not a fan of CM Punk. I am not a fan of CM Punk, but when he it's just he just has his attitude, his in-ring ability. I love it. You know, the Phil Brooks, he's an excellent wrestler, great performer, just underutilized. But there's some things that he said that now I'm beginning to see, like, you know what, the guy was right. The guy was right. You know. But with that being said, anything else we say on this will be on a director's cut. So I highly encourage you guys to check out our director's cut. But make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check us out on New Gaming Order for the latest and greatest gaming news, wrestling news, and pop culture. So make sure you sub, tell your friends about us, and thank you to our new follower. I wasn't able to look at the Twitch chat, but you know, as we grow this year, you know, we want to get more people involved in our show. So Nelson, do you have anything to add before we go into intermission?
No, I do not.
Okay, so we out like Juggernaut bitches. Join us for our next segment. For those live, stay tuned. We're gonna go and prep for segment number 4. Peace.